Oh, alright. So, welcome back. I know it's, well, I'll put this video out a day after the previous one, but I'm actually only like 4 hours away from my last one because I just feel really motivated today. The weather's been beautiful. My training session smashed it. So I just feel good, and you know, I'm all hot and sweaty now, so I don't know how I look. I probably look a mess. But yeah, thought I'd pump out another video, might as well. Why not? And the subject I want to talk about this time is focus and consistency. I had a question the other day that, well, not a question. Someone asked me how long you've been doing gymnastics. And I say 20 years because this summer it's going to be 20 years. And the shock on people's faces when I say that, or I imagine anyone who's been doing a sport or something like that for a long time, was, you know, the shock on the face is quite shocking. You know, it's funny to watch actually. And the follow-up question normally is, oh, you must be good then. And you know, it does like come back to me. It says, you know, crap, yeah, I've been doing it for 20 years, you know. Obviously I've achieved, you know, international level with it, which is a good standard, and it is fun to know and be able to tell yourself that you've achieved that. And then in this particular situation, someone asked me, how long would you think it would take me to get to a reasonable level in gymnastics if I started training tomorrow? And obviously, like, there's a physical boundary to that. Like, as you get older, it's harder to develop the body, so maybe not international level, but to a level of any standard. But it got me thinking, how do you become the best in a field or in an industry or something like that? And I can't remember the name of the scientist, or I don't know if he was Swiss, if he was German or someone, but a guy said, I'll find out at some point, a guy said, yeah, in order to be a master at something, you have to put at least 10,000 hours in. 10,000 hours in. And 10,000 hours, if you break it down, is actually quite a lot, especially by today's standards. And I feel like in today's world, because we are in the fast lane in terms of technology, in terms of progress, all that kind of stuff, which is great. I feel like there's not enough enforcement on patience and focus and perseverance. What was the word I used at the beginning of the focus and what did I say? Oh my god, can't even remember what my own video was about. It was definitely focus. Focus and consistency, that was it. Because obviously, like, we can pull up a photo and it's gone in 10 seconds. It's, you know, the instant reaction, instant gratification that we get from today's world, it does not reinforce being consistent and with anything we do. So I feel like if we want to achieve as young people what we want to achieve, we need to remind ourselves that it does not happen overnight, especially when it's something that you love and you want to achieve the best you can achieve in that. Unfortunately, these things don't happen overnight, and I'm sure if you ask anyone who has put a lot of time and effort into something and has become successful in that area, they will tell you it took them a good many years. You know, you see it all the time nowadays, is kids getting frustrated with things because they don't happen instantly, or they can't get them instantly. They can't just achieve something really quickly. The lack of patience seems to be protruding a lot in this generation, in this world nowadays. Not just one generation, but I feel like we're lacking a little bit in that. So the word dedication, I don't hear it as much anymore as it used to be used, so I don't know if it's lost as much meaning. But when you are dedicated something, to me that means you are giving all of your effort, you've given majority of your time, if not, a lot of effort to achieve something in that field. Dedication to me means, you are giving 100% of your effort, maybe not your time, but every time you go into that area or you do something, you are putting 100% of your effort into achieving the best you can in that area. So for me, my formula / theory in this area would be, if you want to become the best at sport in a sport, or the best in a workplace, or the best at anything you do, two main things is focus and consistency. Because focus, obviously, it speaks for itself. If you're not focused on what you're going to do, you're not going to be able to figure out the best way of doing it. Therefore, you're not going to be ready to achieve what you want to achieve in the gym or something like that. So focus is key. The next part, consistency. Now, I'm speaking, the example I'm going to use for consistency is going to the gym, losing weight, or gaining muscle, or something like that. Regularly, like on a week basis, I get many messages on my Instagram or whatever social media platform it is, saying, oh, can you help me lose weight, or have you got any tips to losing weight, have you got any tips to getting stronger? And I quite happily will give people advice, but the biggest flaw that I see in anyone when they're trying to achieve something like that is they lack consistency. They'll go to the gym for like a week, then sack it off for a week, and then think that it's going to be alright. It is so important. If you want to achieve anything or be good at anything, you have to be able to become consistent. Now, for some people that's a big challenge, because consistency can be scary, because it's like, oh my god, am I going to get bored doing this? What's going to happen? Because I'm just going to be doing the same routine. No, if you want to achieve whatever you want to achieve, and you want to be the best at it, I'm sorry, you've got to become a bit of a freak, and you've got to start enjoying consistency and repetition. That is a big thing. If you want to be the best in your field, you've got to be able to, if you want to be the best scientist, you've got to be able to turn up to the lab every day and do what you need to do. If you want to be the best athlete, you've got to be able to turn up to the gym every day, do the same thing. It is so important. And I cannot stress it enough at how often I see and meet people who are like, I want to achieve this, I know how to do it, but I just haven't got there yet. Or, oh, I want to lose weight in the gym, I've been trying for years. It's like, well, have you actually been trying for years, or have you been trying for 2 weeks, then having a month off, then coming back to it, and that counts as 6 months worth of work, and then you actually haven't, all you've done is 2 months worth of work, and then 4 months complaining about it. It's all about focus and consistency. That is what you've got to achieve and go for if you want to become the best. I think I nailed that. I think that's what I was trying to capture. So yeah, focus and consistency. Without focus and consistency in the gym, I would not have been able to achieve what I want to achieve by any means. And don't get me wrong, it was hard at times. Sometimes it was so hard that you wake up in the morning and you just don't want to do it. You just don't want to be anywhere near it, because it is a lot of repetition, it is a lot of work. But it's those days that are important ones. The hard days are the days that you got to push through, and you've got to not just get on with it, but you've got to give it your all. If you give it your all on the tough days, then the easy days will be that much sweeter. And that's as simple as it gets, really. I don't think I can put it in any better words. Leave me a message, let me know what your focus and what your goals are, and how you plan to do them. Leave a comment, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe as well. It's always appreciated, and any other ideas for content is appreciated as well. But yeah, cheers guys, and I'm just about to get home, so I will see you in the next one.